Ever wondered why you crave certain foods while on a diet? It's not just about willpower or lack of self-control. Let's delve into the fascinating world of cravings. To understand this, we need to unravel the complex web of social, cultural, psychological, and physiological factors that all play a role in our desire for certain foods. It's not as simple as wanting a slice of pizza because it tastes good. There's a whole lot more going on under the surface. First, let's talk about hormones. Our bodies produce two key hormones, ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin, often referred to as the hunger hormone, signals to our brain that it's time to eat. On the other hand, leptin, the satiety hormone, tells us when we're full. When these hormones are out of balance, we may experience intense food cravings. For example, if your body produces too much ghrelin and not enough leptin, you might find yourself continually reaching for snacks, even if you're not really hungry. Now let's move to the brain. When we eat certain foods, especially those high in sugar and fat, our brain releases a chemical called dopamine. This is our feel-good hormone that makes us feel happy and satisfied. The tricky part is that our brain loves dopamine, so much so it'll start to associate these foods with the release of dopamine, creating a reward cycle. Over time, this can lead to cravings as our brain seeks out that dopamine hit. But it's not all about biology. Our social and cultural environment also plays a significant role in our cravings. Think about it. Have you ever craved a specific dish because it reminds you of a family gathering or a childhood memory? That's your social conditioning at play. So we see that cravings are not just a sign of weakness, but rather a complex reaction involving our hormones, brain, and social conditioning. Let's bear in mind that understanding is the first step to overcoming. So, stay tuned as we explore the power of habits in our next scene. Now that we understand the science behind cravings, let's explore how habits can influence our cravings. Habits, those repeated behaviors we perform almost without thinking, can be incredibly powerful. They can be so deeply ingrained in our daily routines that we don't even realize we're doing them. But did you know that these habits can actually trigger cravings? Imagine this. You're sitting down to watch your favorite TV show after a long day. You reach for a bag of chips without even thinking about it. Why? Because your brain has linked that situation, relaxing in front of the TV, with the desire for a salty snack. This is a habit loop in action. Habit loops work in three stages: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue in this case is watching TV. The routine is eating chips, and the reward, that satisfying crunch and burst of flavor. Over time, your brain begins to crave that reward whenever it encounters the cue, even if you're not actually hungry. But here's the good news. We can change these habit loops. We can replace unhealthy routines with healthier ones. Instead of reaching for chips, you could grab a handful of carrots or a piece of fruit. The cue stays the same, but the routine and reward change. And over time, your brain will start to associate the cue with the new, healthier routine and reward. It's not easy, of course. Habits are stubborn things. But by being mindful of our habits and consciously working to change them, we can start to manage our cravings. We can teach our brains to crave healthier foods and behaviors. Remember, cravings are not a sign of weakness. They're a natural part of being human, but they don't have to control us. We have the power to change our habits, and in doing so, change our cravings. By understanding and altering our habits, we can gain control over our cravings and make healthier choices. So how do we combat these cravings when they strike? Cravings, those pesky urges that seem to hijack our best intentions, can be a real challenge. But there are several strategies we can employ to keep them at bay. Firstly, distraction can be a powerful tool. When a craving strikes, redirecting our attention to something else can often help the urge pass. This could be as simple as taking a walk, reading a book, or calling a friend. The key is to change your focus and give the craving time to fade. Another strategy is practicing mindful eating. This involves paying full attention to what you're eating, savoring each bite, and listening to your body's hunger and fullness cues. By eating mindfully, we can better recognize when we're truly hungry and when we're just responding to a craving. Staying hydrated is another effective tactic. Sometimes our bodies can mistake thirst for hunger, leading to unnecessary snacking. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day can keep us hydrated and help to curb cravings. Getting enough sleep is also crucial. Studies have shown that lack of sleep can increase cravings for high-calorie foods. So ensuring we get a good night's rest can help keep those cravings in check. Eating a balanced diet is perhaps the most important strategy of all. Consuming a variety of foods that provide the nutrients our bodies need can help to reduce cravings. This includes lean proteins, whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. And let's not forget healthy fats. These foods can keep our blood sugar steady and prevent the intense cravings that can come from dips in blood sugar levels. Remember, it's also okay to give in to a craving once in a while. The key is moderation. Denying all cravings can lead to feelings of deprivation and may ultimately lead to overeating. So if you're craving a piece of chocolate, go ahead and have a small piece. Just be mindful not to let it derail your overall eating plan. While cravings can be powerful, armed with these strategies we can overcome them and stay on track with our diet. Remember, overcoming cravings is not a one-time event but a journey. It's a path marked by patience and persistence, a route that might be rocky at times but is ultimately rewarding. Let's be honest, we all give in to cravings now and then. It's perfectly normal. What's important is to not let these instances discourage us. Instead, consider them as learning opportunities. Each craving resisted is a victory, yes. But each craving given into can also teach us something about our triggers and how we can better manage them in the future. Cravings are not a sign of failure. They are part of the human experience. They are a sign that your body is communicating with you. So listen to it, understand what it's trying to tell you and respond in a way that aligns with your health goals. With understanding, patience, and the right strategies, we can manage our cravings and make healthier choices. So next time a craving strikes, remember, you have the power to choose.